Well, Dixie Demuth might not be a name that you immediately recognize, but she has made a major impact on every woman who has ever had a drink in the bluegrass. Demuth is the 10th woman to be inducted into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. We are joined by Dinah Tishy, daughter of the late Dixie Demuth, and Bill Samuels Jr., Chair Emeritus of Maker's Mark, and a relative of Dixie, and Chris Morris with the Kentucky Distillers Association and Master Distiller of Brown-Forman. I have like bourbon royalty here with me today, right? You know, what would your mom think about all this?
Oh, she
being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
She would have been just thrilled out of her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom was a character for sure, but she was also a fighter. And to be honored like this would just mean the world to her.
Right.
Yeah.
For people that may not be familiar, what's a little background on her claim to fame?
Okay, so.
She goes, all right, let's go.
Yes.
So my mom owned a bar in downtown Louisville called Dixie's Elbow Room. And so one time the Alcoholic Beverage Council Commission came in, and there was a woman behind the bar, and there was a woman sitting at the bar. And they cited her because that was against laws that go back all the way to the 1700s.
Yeah.
And so Mom said, well, that's not fair. They suspended her.
To be at the bar.
Yeah.
A woman.
Yes.
Unheard of.
Unheard of.
At a bar.
At a bar, yes, definitely. So Mom took the fight and took it to the highest court, the Court of Appeals, and she won.
Yeah.
She won, and that means that every woman now has a right to sit at a bar if they want to, or to be a bartender.
Right.
Which was unheard of back
Isn't
then.
that crazy? Crazy story.
And we're so proud to be related to her.
Bill, I didn't know that you were like. What's the
Well, we
relation?
never really,
You're going to do a Kentucky story,
no,
aren't you? You're going to say by a cousin of a cousin.
She's like my dad's third cousin.
Okay, yeah.
Or something. I'd heard of her all my life, and I really got to spend time with her late in life. She'd stop by the office, we'd have coffee, and then I started to learn a little bit about how feisty she really was. And then I got hooked with Dinah, and my son bought the old family home. And so it just all came together.
Yeah. What does it mean just to have her inducted in the story being retold again this morning? And I know it's going to be retold again in September. What does it mean as far as just bourbon history in Kentucky?
Well, she's a little bit of an unorthodox member of the Hall of Fame, but the reception from the people everywhere has just been incredible.
Yeah. You know, Chris, there's one thing about like bourbon is the story behind it.
Oh, we're all
right.
about,
like this really kind of plays into the whole like bourbonism stories that go with it.
And history, and that's one thing Bill and I have been championing for years through the Kentucky Distillers Association, about how Kentucky bourbon has been so instrumental in the development of the Kentucky culture and society. And for many years that was hidden under the proverbial bushel basket because we were a sin industry. Now, of course, we're the Commonwealth's only signature industry. We are playing such a vital role in the economy of the Commonwealth today. So this is just a great example of bringing this rich history to life.
And also, I think, to bring the story of women within the bourbon history back to life, because we just see so much more and more kind of, you know, when women visit our state, they are going to the Bourbon Trail, right? There is so much appeal of what women want to visit. And I think when you hear the story, you feel a little bit more like, oh, yeah, this is my story, too.
Right.
Like, I do have a right to be here and enjoy and ask crazy questions, whatever I want to ask.
Right. And the reason it got overturned is because of civil rights laws. Is for women, that's why they overturned the law to begin with and allowed women to be bartenders.
Well, Chris, tell us about the Hall of Fame event. Sold out, but it's going to be something else, I know.
Yes, this is, we've done over 20. COVID gave us a little relapse, but we've done over 20 Hall of Fame inductions. It's a big luncheon in Bardstown, September 13th. And we're at the Log Still Distillery right now this year. We try to move around, but
that's a great venue for something like this.
It's going to be really exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
And we will have the industry inductee, we will have government inductee, author, journalist inductee, civic inductee. So we have different levels of induction, and it's really, really exciting.
Yeah, we know this is sold out. We're hoping next year you can get your seat or be able to follow on social media, of course, all all the events as well. Well, I know September's like your biggest. You're kind of busy in September, aren't you? It's Bourbon month and everything
It is Bourbon
else.
month, yes.
I mean, I've been retired 13 years. It's busier now than it was when I was
know.
actually getting paid to walk around in circles.
now you're walking the spoon in circles, looking busy from place to place. But we just love having you all here, and thank you for taking the time
Thank you.
to stop by Great Day Live. And you made some connections, I heard, in the green room.
Oh, we did.
You did. I know. I heard all about it. Love that when that happens here, guys. Thanks so much again. For more information on the Hall of Fame event, just go to kybourbon.com.